Alrighty, and welcome back to This Week in Jump, Part 2. This one on my list is Dr. Stone,
At
to start us off.
what number? 7?
Number 7. Dr. Stone, we didn't learn anything. I kind of like learning in these chapters, but I still really enjoyed for a couple of reasons. We have adorable, cute boars. And
Pigs.
and these things are adorable. And I just love how comedic they made these look. And some of the expressions really made it much more like a gag manga.
They look sad.
Yeah. It was funny. I liked it. They were able to take a lot of pictures in the weather balloon again.
You mean the hot air balloon?
Hot air balloon, not a weather balloon.
Close enough. Not really.
They were able to see some blurry images because they don't have quite focus just yet, but with her amazing eyes, she's able to see some black gold as she described
Kohaku?
it.
Or...
Yes, Kohaku. Kohaku was able to see oil, the oil that they were searching for, but they needed to track it down again.
Human wave tactics.
Yes. It was really interesting, and on the strange side, we saw a almost like a half chapter split following Francois trying to find boars and using them to find black truffle.
Which is another type of black gold.
Absolutely. And after collecting some of this black truffle, takes it back, and Senku is running towards her. Francois is about to cut up and kill and cook this boar over heat. Are they trying to say that these boars are flammable?
No. I think I glossed over it.
Did I misunderstand something big?
Yeah, you might have glossed over there was a very brief mention of boars in the past. In the 1800s, Senku has this non sequitur where he's like, "Oh yeah, there were boars that would bathe in oil." So they were like, "How are these pigs covered in oil and smell like oil?" They literally led them to where there was like oil on ground level. So those boars actually knew where oil was, so they're going to use those boars because they'll follow them to where the oil mud hole is.
That makes a lot more sense than flammable boars. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a just a hilarious image of just a boar just going up in flames.
That's why I thought Senku looked so worried, was because they were just Francois was going to accidentally blow everyone up. Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. I was just like, makes more sense now.
Absolutely.
Next.
I have Hell Warden Higuma next at number 6.
Ooh.
I am really excited for this maybe arc. I believe this is a full arc that we're getting. And in the beginning stages, we're learning what I wanted, a closer look at Higuma's school life.
Oh, his day-to-day?
His day-to-day. Waking up late because of Lord Enma, who apparently talks to him in his sleep, and also...
Does that mean he was training in his sleep too?
I believe so. But also, Kobata also knows about Higuma talking in his sleep to King Enma, Lord Enma. Maybe Kobata also has spoken and maybe trained in this sleep-like state. I'm really interested.
It's a possibility.
Kobata knows King Enma. That's still huge for me, of how nonchalant he is about knowing a
deity, basically.
A deity, knowing of demons, knowing of hell.
He's pretty nonchalant about it.
Absolutely.
But I guess he's kind of used to it because, I mean, they've been friends for years.
Yeah, and that's what killed Kobata's grandfather, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
was a demon that
Mm-hmm.
was stealing his life force.
Chapter 6 or 5, whatever.
Yeah. Higuma is also in this. He's getting some information from outside sources, I believe. Itomi Higuri talking to him on the phone with information about the kitsune in different areas of where he is living, and he has traced down that the kitsune is most likely going into, in this case, Higuma's lair, is the way he phrased it.
Sounds right.
Which, in most cases, demons try to stay away from Hell Wardens. This was a very blatant attack, or I am going to be in your space and you cannot stop me. I thought that was very interesting. With Higuma having said he has friends, and we saw maybe his crush
Akane.
Akane have a wonderful family, and she gets possessed by the kitsune fox.
Battle!
Battle, because this kitsune immediately shreds one of the hands immediately. The kitsune uses a katana. We've seen Higuma have the oni bat from cutting off an oni's hands.
Mm-hmm.
If he cuts off the kitsune one, will this be a cursed sword, or will this be a sword that he can use? I'm interested, but also I don't want this kitsune fox anywhere near that happy family.
Not near the pregnant mother and the younger sister.
Absolutely.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the. Well, I guess I'll mention the little things. The omelet.
What are you talking about?
The omelet sandwich. Haguma gets the
Oh,
last one, and then she's like, because she was basically rating her day as like positive, positive, positive. Everything is great. Everything is good. And then she gets to the lunch line because she has to buy lunch because her mom is close to giving birth, and she just get bummed out that there's no omelets left, so she gets something else instead. And then Higuma's like, "Oh hey, I'll trade you." So
yeah. I thought that was
I thought that was a nice interaction where
it was.
it gives you a little bit of exposition without it feeling like kind of over the top. It's these characters are going to kind of be relevant later on in the chapter, and that's when we get to where she gets possessed and how he actually was surprised that she went home early, and that's how he kind of was able to determine, oh, might be Akane that got possessed or is being targeted. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I like her. I like her basic character of a nice shy girl to the person she likes. I like her template. I hope that she can grow. I wonder if she will pass away, and Higuma might not be able to beat this Kitsune Fox before he does something.
That's a distinct possibility. That could happen.
But that's a stretch. That's
Yeah.
quite a stretch.
Well, right now it is. I mean, it's barely getting into a fight.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Act Age.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Act Age, the play has been going on for a couple of
Couple of days.
We see the funeral for Mr. Iwao, and we see who shows up, who is in mourning, but the play goes on. In this case, we see reporters getting mad because they are wanting some sort of conflict going on between the superstar Akira. He literally just tells them, "Go watch her play. You'll learn more about me and who we are by watching the play." And the reporters and journalists they get mad. They get mad at him.
Yeah, because he handles it professionally. He doesn't bow to the pressure.
Exactly. But then we have very creepy talent agent
Shinichi.
going for uh, Yonagi.
Mm-hmm. K. First name's K.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yonagi's last name. I refer to her mostly as Yonagi. When they call her K, I'm like, who's K? Oh, first name. First name.
Right.
Right. That's the thing.
Yes. The talent agent just looks very creepy. The way he portrayed himself and wanting to really dissect uh, Yonagi for her talents and her growth was very terrifying. I do not think she will go with him. I think he will still stay fixated on her until she gives in for a project that he is working on or is forwarding.
I was actually surprised um, that they already had her information in that magazine, and I'm wondering where they got it about her being um, a rising talent, that she was suffering before. Zoom in a little bit. Tragic backstory, death of her mother, disappearance of father. She finds her purpose through acting.
Yeah.
Like, where did they get that?
Who is divulging this information? Why are they divulging it? And I don't think this is just a singular guy that is researching this. I think he is part of another organization, another talent agency that does research, that looks for aspiring actors and find ways to market them for profitability.
Well, he works for Akira's mother, Arisa.
Are you sure about that? Because she even says
Yeah, she doesn't like him, but he
she
still
does
works
not like
for
him.
him, or works for her, for their company. So this Shinichi character works for Arisa, and that's why he says you don't have to get involved, boss.
Okay.
He is interested in Yonagi by herself and wants her to. That's this is business, and he's trying to pressure her into working for him for whatever ends he has. I don't know if he's because he's a producer, so that means that he could hire the director and then determine like what roles she gets later down the line.
Yes. And it's strange to me that the boss, Akira's mother, didn't want her at the start as a unpolished gem, but now that she's been polished by someone else, she still doesn't really want her, or else she would have asked her to do that first.
She's also bitter just because of everything that happened with Iwa.
Exactly. But this guy wants her just to take the initiative to make some money, to build this business, to build
Yeah,
maybe an icon.
Yeah, because they've basically implied that Yonagi's going to be the next big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you keep like having this great opportunities. Don't always go with great opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
You better watch it, and that's why like the rest of the cast just kind of like lays out in front of her, where Yonagi's in the center, and then they're like standing in front of her in almost a basically a V, and she's at the back to keep him at a distance, to keep him at bay. So, I thought that was the magazine reveal was like, whoa, wow,
Creepy.
creepy.
Next, I have Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw.
I was right.
About
Hayakawa Aki saves the day, along with his whole squad.
his merry band.
Against this leech devil, which I could not tell it was a leech last week.
It's deformed.
Absolutely.
The only giveaway was the face, but even then, I thought it was just like a weird, generic demon-looking thing.
That's what I thought. I thought it was not something with a specific name attached to it. Mm-hmm. But I was right. Hayakawa Aki saves the day, and he has some cool abilities. At least just making the shape of the fox. I like, even though he was weak, he didn't have any energy left for using his devil powers, he still was fighting. He headbutted while he still had the chainsaw in his head to get some damage off, but he was stabbed through the liver
Through his
and
entire body.
through his entire body a second time.
Yeah.
He was about to be eaten, and he was saved by not just Aki, but his squad. And it looks as though they're here just for cleanup. They get some ambulances through to go get some help, or let me rephrase that. Not help the demons Power or Denji, but
What?
for anyone else around. Power and Denji were to be debriefed immediately.
Yeah.
When Power asked about Meowie, like, Meowie will get veterinary services and then will be taken care of. I'm happy that's happening. I like that Power has a pet cat that apparently loves her.
Cats are weird. They are.
Yeah.
They know what they like. I feel like Denji was robbed of the fight. The battle of dreams. I mean, he would have lost.
He would have lost.
He would have lost. But it's like that. He can't process that he was saved, that everything's all right. Doesn't say anything after being picked up. He's just kind of there.
Oh, he said something. He yelled in pain. He was like, ah!
Yeah. That's not a word.
Yeah, I guess.
And wow, I can't believe that Leech's and Bat Devil's dream was to go out and eat a bunch of people. That
Yeah.
was their dream.
Like,
Versus his dream of... I like how they criticized him for having a dream of just getting frisky.
Mhm.
I was like, really? You're going to criticize a guy whose dream is that, and yours is just to kill a bunch of people?
Did you put two and two together that they are both blood-sucking demons?
Aren't all of the demons blood-sucking by default, or is it just because these two happen to be doing it?
Well, I think it's like
song?
a blood-sucking bat and a leech. I thought those two...
I thought it was funny.
I thought they went hand in hand. Did you also figure that out right now? Because I did. I'm a little slow sometimes.
It's alright.
Alrighty. Number 3, JiuJitsu Kaizen. We have some cursed weapons that Maki is now using and that are really cool and really strong. The nunchucks, you said that you don't know her power. With nunchucks, she blew that thing away.
Yeah, I saw. I was just like, I wonder if those are strong, or boom, just launches him clean away from where they were fighting before.
Yeah, the tree branch devil.
The tree curse thingy. It doesn't have a name, right?
Yeah, I have not found one.
Okay. Neither have I.
They're fighting in tandem, Maki and... Do you remember his name? Megumi?
Mm-hmm.
Megumi. Fighting in tandem, swapping weapons. He's taking more weapons out for her. It's really interesting, their dynamic.
He also uses a Shikigami, and the name is Kon.
Yes. But I think that might be one in general for,
Just
like...
doggish.
Dogs, wolves, curses, in that shape.
You have Yuji and Todo arriving.
Yeah,
tagging in.
You have them tagging in, and they're able to do more than
Maki and Megumi.
Maki and Megumi.
Well, Maki's just getting like lifted by the tail of the tree curse.
They're able to...
They were able to hold off.
Overpower this curse and be able to free her almost immediately. And she even says that we're tagging out. And this thing is... They're not fighting each other. They're going to fight this curse. And...
Yeah, safe to say exam's over.
We still need to see what the headmaster was doing when he brought out his guitar. His axe versus axe battle.
Yeah.
I think we still need to see that for this to be maybe the same place, maybe a little bit higher next week. But I need to see it Right now it's good, but we need a little more.
Okay.
For number 2, I have a Black Clover.
Interesting.
No, Noelle, she's back in the Valkyrie armor that she just understood how it
How to use
manifested,
it.
how it manifested itself, and she is devastating. She does not need to restrict herself here. She does not need to control herself here. She is the only ones in this space is herself and an enemy. She can go all out here with no repercussions. Hopefully. She is able to directly attack this reincarnated Fana and immediately destroy half of her body that regenerates.
Because of the
Phoenix.
yes, the Phoenix robe, which is apparently flame magic, but that's also forbidden magic from the other world.
Yes. That's going to be hard to beat. That's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, the only way that you could beat it is you have to destroy the entire body maybe, and she can't activate it. Although her head was gone, so how does she activate it?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I honestly do not know.
Is it cell rules where even one cell of him he can regenerate his entire body?
Maybe. I sure hope it's not something like that. I hope that they are able to do something and not really draw this fight out. I hope Noel can figure something out. But on the other hand, we have Cammy back in the picture. I like her. I like her character. I like her character a lot. She is so versatile in her magic. Just using it for carrying her, using it for making food, and offering it to Yuno. Like, no, I don't want any food. But then he senses the magic healing properties in the food. Then he even says thank you to her. He does not say that really to anyone. So she
fangirls.
She fangirls. She's over the moon and back.
Yes.
She's loving it. They go back and see the lair of the Midnight Sun, but no one can enter it. Now, Yuno goes over there with Cammy just holding on to him, and they're able to get in.
With the magic amulet that shoots out the
Yes,
light.
I'm sure that's a magic stone,
It resonates with it or something like that.
Yeah, well, the magic stones that the Midnight Sun was searching for a long time. I think it is one of those.
Plausible.
So when they go inside, I couldn't see where he ended up.
He wasn't with her, from what I could tell.
I did not see that. But Cammy shows up with Asta and Mimosa. Just all of a sudden, what's going on? Like, oh, hi, Cammy.
Welcome to hell.
What's going on? As there's minotaurs, there was a homage to like a black bull there. There was flame serpents. There was giants. There was a moon. What is going on?
Thing. But I'm surprised you didn't mention the Asta having Mimosa on his back and basically just being a tank.
Yeah, he is a
just
tank.
Keep healing the tank.
Just keep healing the tank, and you might get out of this. It was really interesting, but I really didn't see where Asta could fight this real character without being able to get close to him. Because if he throws the sword, he has 2 chances, and that's it. But with Cammy here, I want her to summon up her big sheep and just plow through everything. Or, because she is so creative, find a unique way to help out Mimosa and Asta to beat this thing. Because I think she is going to be key for this fight.
Yeah, they might have been stuck. He was like, crap, I wrote myself into a corner.
Yes.
Let me just go ahead and add another character in here.
Yes.
See how this plays out.
Yes. And I really like that. That's why I put that one there so high. Number 1. Haikyuu.
And I bet it's for the same reason I put Haikyuu fairly high on my list.
Yes. We see the little giant.
Yeah. It's been how many chapters? The first chapter? I don't remember if they ever like bothered showing him like even in flashbacks in his mind.
No, we have heard of him since chapter 1, but we are currently on chapter 338.
Celebrating its 7th anniversary,
Yes.
which is going now into its 8th. It'll be going to its 8th probably.
And we see the little giant, who he has an interesting character design, and he's very go-lucky. He's very like Hinata, but with a little bit more adult in him.
He's a college student. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
And it's unfortunate that because of circumstances, he did not follow up in volleyball after high school.
Yeah.
He had other obligations. I'm not sure if they're family, I'm not sure if they're
He said-
personal
Huh.
or educational.
I was gonna say I thought that I read that he said he wanted to do other things. Like
Maybe his drive was not everything volleyball. Maybe he had something else that he really wanted
Yeah.
to do.
and then there was the whole fact that he didn't get a lot of offers because he wasn't very tall.
Even being the little giant, not being recognized by the bigger world that is college sports.
Yeah,
I can
you basically
understand.
have to be a pro and have like this specific type of body and build in order to make it in that field.
Yes, and Hinata really looked up to him for that. But at the end, when he meets him and
Uh-huh.
he states that he's not depressed,
I thought that was weird and out of character.
I think that was in character because before the little giant left, he called Hinata the new little giant. He passed it down to him, that title. I think he's not depressed because he just received literally the title of his hero
From his hero.
from his hero. I think it was in character, and I think we'll see that next chapter where we see Hinata have confidence like he hasn't had before. Being able to play in front of his hero that he just received best wishes from.
It makes the beginning of the chapter kind of funny now because you had the interaction between Hinata and the other team's little giant, Korei.
Korei?
They have the interaction. It's like, well, let's decide who the real little giant is. Little did we know that the little giant was going to say, hey, you're the little giant now. Show you, Hinata, because we said so. I was kind of wondering if he seems so straight-faced about it that I don't see him interacting with him and telling him, oh yeah, I just got the little giant. Yeah, he called me the new little giant. What have you got?
Exactly. It's
I don't see him doing that, but I don't know.
I can see him just being able to carry that torch that he was just handed. I think he's just amazed that he was able to meet him. And even though he's not doing anything now to follow him now, because he doesn't have to. He's looking at himself, seeing where Hinata will go from here, where Hinata will be next year, how he's growing himself now. I don't think he needs to watch anyone else and follow in their footsteps.
Okay, so do you think that Hinata and the series will end after the if they do make it to the championship and they do win, and then you think that's it?
I don't think so. I think they will either do a small time skip, or they will just continue on for the next year, get rid of the third years, and they will start off
With a new team.
with a
and
new
they'll go up-
team.
They'll be second years, and they could do
I think that would be really cool.
I don't
and-
know, because we're already 338 chapters, but then again, there are other series that are like much longer running by comparison. One Piece.
Yeah.
Um,
And that pretty much wraps up This Week in Jump.
like, comment, and subscribe.
There you go.
You know, the drill you hear from every YouTuber ever.
This is getting cut.